Good morning, and welcome to another edition of From the Desk of Dan White. Lots happened in the last month. August, we know we had a downturn. It kind of recovered. September, we had a downturn. We are leading up next week to the Federal Reserve meeting. The CPI data came in month over month, came in a little hotter than expected. It was up 0.3 versus expectations of 0.2. That has pretty much put to bed the idea of a 50 basis point cut in interest rates that the market was kind of hoping the Federal Reserve would do. But with inflation going up a little bit, safe bet it's going to be a quarter point increase next week. I think the bigger problem is the U.S. consumer is tapped out. Yesterday morning, Ally Financial, which is a major issue of consumer credit cards, reported a sharp rise in consumer loan delinquents across the board. Their shares fell 15%. That fallout spread to Capital One and Discover. Ally's CEO hinted that it's not only the cost of living crisis, but also the growing pressures on the job market. Our borrower is struggling with high inflation and cost of living, and now, more recently, a weakening employment picture. Another article I came across said the Fed is way behind the curve and is at risk of causing a major financial collapse. There's a crystal clear sign when the Fed is making a big mistake. You'll see a free market short-term interest rate, the 2-year Treasury note, become widely divergent from the federal funds target rate, which is set by the Fed. Today, the free market rate, the 2-year note, is at 3.6, while the effective federal funds rate is 5.3. There's now 170 basis point tighter than the market. That's the widest gap, the biggest mistake, if you will, since 2008. And it's similar to the 2001 tightening cycle, which led to the tech bubble collapse in 2001, 2002. Third thing, a fool and his money are soon parted. One of the surest anecdotal signs of a financial bubble is speculation on margin. And today, highly leveraged ETFs have never been more popular. Do you recall what Rand taught about the poor? She said, don't be one of them. Don't use margin when you make investments, not ever. One more thing, the tech bubble is dangerous. Its collapse is nowhere near complete. Do not buy tech yet. No matter how much artificial intelligence reshapes our world, and no matter how powerful the parallel computing revolution becomes, there is no way that technology stocks can justify their current prices. So, word to the wise, things are where they are. Inflation continues. Apparently, it's now an acceptable pace for Wall Street. We're going to have a rate cut. And as you've heard me say for months, we don't usually go into recession until the Fed starts cutting rates. And that's what they're going to start doing. So, it could cause more volatility in the markets ahead. I think that's where we're at. It doesn't change the story of a weakening labor market and its consequences, recession risks, and on down the line. So we're getting there. And then the other thing was we had a debate this week. Whether you liked it or hated it, I think the bottom line is, if Trump does get reelected, he's going to extend the Tax, Jobs, and Cuts Act from 2017. Everything will remain the same. If Harris gets elected, she's going to try to raise taxes. If there's a split Congress, it's probably not going to happen. If they get a clean sweep, you can expect taxes to go up. So, second thing on my agenda today, Google reviews for Middletown, Glen Mills, and Lewis. First of all, thank you for you people who have given us a Google review. We keep adding Google reviews each month, and I would just encourage you, if you've had a great experience with us, and hopefully you've had, and you have a Gmail account, please go online and give us a Google review. September is kind of conference time. We just attended the Independence Excellence Conference in Detroit. And we heard a lot of speakers. We heard a Washington insider, and basically the country's not in good shape. It took us 231 years in 2007 to get $7 trillion in the hole. In 13 years, we went to 20. Another 4 years, we're at $36 trillion in the hole. It's not sustainable. And that's basically what they're saying. So if you don't think taxes have to go up, they have to go up, Next week, the advisors here will be at the American Equity Conference. We'll be over there learning more about what they're doing from a product standpoint. So again, we're going to be out of the office a little bit, but we're trying to further educate ourselves so that we can serve you better. Our fall referral event, the Valley Forge National Park Trolley Tour, is going to be Thursday, October the 3rd. It's a private lunch at the Founding Farmers and then a private trolley tour led by a park ranger. Now, if you remember what our referral events are all about, you can't just come. You have to give us a referral. You have to bring somebody to one of our dinner programs that's qualified, or they can just come in and see us and boom, you get a ticket to the event. So it's not open to everybody. It's open for those people who are helping us to try to grow our business. And to qualify, you got to have somebody come to a dinner seminar or come in for a consultation by September the 26th. Please contact Kristen if you have any questions on how to qualify. And then lastly, we have our Dupont Happy Hour. Our next employer happy hour event is for Dupont. And it's going to be taking place on Thursday, October the 10th at Capers and Lemons in Wilmington from 5:30 to 7. If you're a Dupont employee or a former employee and you want to come out and bring a friend, we'd love to meet your friends. Free drinks, light bites, it's on us. There's no presentation. We're not going to be talking about business. It's just literally a meet and greet, and we'd love to see as many people out there as possible. So again, if you'd like to join us on the 10th at Capers and Lemons for the Dupont Happy Hour, please contact Kristen in our office as well. And then I guess finally it's September. You know, we're autumn. Autumn is right around the corner, and football's back. So I hope everybody is enjoying the cooler weather and the changing of the colors, one of my favorite times of the year. And as always, there's going to be doing some change. We're going to be making some changes on our managed accounts here in the near future. You're going to be getting correspondence on that, so keep your eye out for emails regarding your Schwab accounts. And always, if you have questions, give the office a call. So I hope this from the desk of Dan White finds everybody well, and I hope you have a great weekend.